one of the things that a number of the early gunfighters, those who kind of began their careers in the late 1860s, have in common is a number of them, from Jesse James to John Wesley Hardin of Texas to Doc Holliday, were inveterate and angry Southerners. Jesse James was the biggest one in terms of his fame. He was a teenage boy during the Civil War, whose brother Frank was out there fighting at a time that the warfare in Missouri was much less about the movement of armies and much more about rural guerrillas descending on farms and burning out farms and such. Frank was into that. Jesse joined him. Jesse was shot twice in the chest during the war, survived, and then goes utterly black for 4 years. We don't know much about him, but we do know that many of the Confederate guerrillas, known as bushwhackers, did begin to engage in crime in Missouri in the late 1860s. And the first time we see Jesse and Frank, the first time they walk out onto the pages of history is 1869 in Gallatin, Missouri, far north. They walk into a bank ostensibly to rob it, but you learn immediately that robbery was just second. They go up to a gentleman who's sitting at a desk, and they call him by name, let's say Burleson, whatever it was, and shoot him in the head. They thought this guy had killed one of their commanding officers. They were there to exact revenge.
And they were wrong.
And they killed the wrong guy. That led to Jesse and Frank forming a group that 2 years later began robbing banks and continued very successfully for 10 years.